USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
FBI Director Christopher Wray is testifying on Capitol Hill. One of the topics of discussion was the Trump 2016 presidential campaign and how William Barr is trying to get down to the bottom of how the Russia investigation began.
He's trying to get a better understanding of the circumstances at the department and the FBI surrounding the initiation of this particular investigation. He and I have been in fairly close contact about it, and we're trying to work together to help him get the understanding that he needs.
First Lady Melania Trump is marking the first anniversary of her Be Best initiative.
It continues to have one goal, which is to educate children and parents about the issues they face.
Speaking at the White House, the First Lady says a fast-paced, ever-changing world can make children less prepared for the challenges ahead. And you're listening to USA Radio News. The Trump administration has said they will increase tariffs on some $200 billion of Chinese goods, as well as impose new tariffs on all Chinese imports starting on Friday. Chinese trade officials are set to meet at the White House this week. Republican Congressman John Thune on those meetings.
I think what happened was they were starting to back away from some of the agreements they'd previously made, and the president and his team concluded that the only way to get their attention was to ratchet up the stakes, which they have done, and now China is coming to Washington this week to resume these negotiations. So in the end, they understand one thing, Bill, that's strength. I think the president realizes that to get this deal done, to get China to end some of the trade abuses that have been occurring, they've got to take a hard line, and that's what he's doing, and hopefully it'll have the desired effect.
Senate Republicans on Capitol Hill are saying case closed on special counsel Robert Mueller's probe. Meanwhile, the Democrats and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer say that's all wishful thinking, and you're listening to USA Radio News. On Monday, President Trump awarded golfer Tiger Woods with the nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, Mr. Woods is receiving some flack from some folks on the left for appearing at the White House with the president and even agreeing to accept the award. Some folks are even saying this will tarnish Tiger's legacy, to which counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, tells Fox News.
His legacy will now include the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest honor a civilian can receive. And it's been conferred by President Trump and other presidents on a number of athletes. In fact, a couple of months ago, the president conferred it on 7 Americans, including Roger Staubach, former quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, who also has been a great charitable member, a civic-minded, generous benefactor in his community. Alan Page, who was a distinguished athlete, but also is an African-American judge in Minnesota, I believe.
So what about
Babe
the
Ruth
backlash?
is an icon.
Kellyanne,
comes from, listen, who cares? Honestly, respectfully, who cares what the Baltimore Sun has to say about Tiger Woods and the president in the Rose Garden yesterday? And here's why. They find negative and invective in even the grit and determination and overcoming injury and personal challenges.
And finally, back on this date in 1789, America's first inaugural ball is held in New York in honor of President George Washington. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.